Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and it's here. It's finally here. The finale of Inhumans versus X-Men, issue number 606. Let's get right into this, guys. We see that Magneto is easily dispatched of. No problems whatsoever. I mean, these are Inhumans after all. Now, Emma has gone through a lot of crap to get to where she's at, and she's almost assassinated by Black Bolt. I don't think that he was necessarily going to kill her, but she definitely tries to kill him. Turns into diamond form, puts her hand right through his chest. Now, I know you might think this should kill him, but he's not a human. He's not a mutant. He's an inhuman. And inhumans essentially are every single one of them, even prior to Terrigenesis, are about as strong, maybe stronger than Captain America. So, yeah, Black Bolt's down. He's not even close to out. So, Ahura and Anilix show up. Now, Ahura is the son of Black Bolt and Medusa, and the Anilix, these are the guys that actually, they were like think of like, let's say, Scotland. All right, this is basically like Scotland. All right, they kind of they're a part of a greater group, but they're not. They're kind of separate. They're their own form of clan of Inhumans who don't want to be a part of the royal family quite the same way, and they've made Ahura their leader. Go figure. So they show up, and along with the new humans also, case in point, Iso and Moon Girl, who give a device to Medusa, and they explain, hey man, here's the deal. This device will get rid of the Terrigen that's about to enter the atmosphere and kill all of the mutants. And she says, wait, that's really going to happen? We didn't know about this. So yeah, that's actually why the mutants are fighting you. We found that out in one of the side issues. And yeah, the crossovers were actually fairly important in this particular run. So very not what I'm used to in a Marvel comic, that the crossovers actually mean something, right? Anyway, so she's like, and everybody asked the pivotal question, well, why didn't the mutants just tell us? And yeah, we'll get more into that later. So Medusa makes the choice in an instant, literally milliseconds, and she pushes the button and it destroys all of the Terrigen. Like Magneto's all freaking out, no! Like, yeah, we get to see what a coward he really is, facing death. Anyway, it's always cool when you're on the other side. Hey, Magneto's a bad guy, face it. He knew what was going on, him and Emma. Emma's the worst of them. And to prove that point, she still wants the Inhumans dead. And this is the craziest thing of it all. After the mutants are all now finally safe, and a couple of mutants, like Rogue, have been questioning her, we're not supposed to be killing these guys, we're just supposed to be rescuing Forge and things like that. And they're starting to realize slowly that Emma really is off her rocker on this. Well, finally, young Cyclops is able to reveal exactly what he found out by being a part of Mosaic for a while and actually being able to see what was in Magneto's head, that he knew what was going on, and that more specifically, Emma faked Cyclops' death and changed things around big time. Now, this is pivotal, and you'd figure it would make all of the mutants turn around and attack her. No, she goes and takes over Magneto's mind, and she unleashes a bunch of Sentinels. And to give you an idea of just how evil Emma is, all right, she got these Sentinels from Forge. Now, it's bad enough that Sentinels are being used in the first place. Anybody who knows anything at all about the X-Men knows that the bane, the anathema of every mutant ever has always been the Sentinel, more than anything else, more than like the Marauders. Yeah, I'm bringing that up. Guys, she brings up Sentinels, and she invaded Forge's mind and made him build them while under her control. That is sick. That's just disgusting. Anyway, she turns around and she kills all of the Anilix. There may have been some on the ground, but for the most part, she just annihilated an entire group, an entire tribe of people. Like I said, Scotland. It's like she just put Scotland off the map and all of the citizens inside, except for a couple of visitors. Anyway, she also winds up killing Cerebro, which is just, come on, all of this stuff. This is unforgivable, right? Black Bolt and Medusa realize that they're the ones who have to put an end to this. Yeah, Black Bolt's up again. And they go after Emma, and they're able to take her down. In fact, Medusa proves herself to be so strong that her hair, she actually starts to be able to crack and break off a chunk of Emma in her diamond form. Now, Havoc saves the day. He's trying to like make up for his problems that he had with Scott before, he didn't get to say goodbye. So he shoots one of his little plasma beams, takes them down, and then grabs Emma, and him and her, they teleport away. Now, it's indicated that he's not going to stick with her at all. Favor done. Like, I don't want to see you again. So this pretty much ends the whole conflict, and we go into the resolution. And this is not the epilogue. Stay tuned for that pin. We see that Storm apologized to Beast, and Beast kind of condescendingly accepts it, begrudgingly at that. But I don't think that this should be over. I really hope that, I know that we're going to get a whole bunch of X-Men books. I hope that Beast isn't in any of them. And Medusa kind of gives an indication that, supports what I'm about to say. I hope that Beast actually just leaves the team, at least for a little while. I want to see him gone for a couple of months, maybe a year. All right, maybe after the resurrection thing is done with. I want to see Beast gone for a while, and then I want to see him come back in his own, yes, his own 4 or 6 issue miniseries where he's trying to figure out basically life and life things, because he was really just betrayed by his own people trying to help his own people. So I think that should weigh down heavily on Beast. He is an intellectual more than anything else. Like, his mutant power is being cool. So anyway, Medusa actually abdicates the throne and she turns it over to Iso. But Iso is one of the new Inhumans, and she's not interested in a monarchy anymore. So, all of the new humans really weren't that interested, but Iso was trying to hold things together. 200 years, centuries, the Inhumans have had a royal family in one form or another. And she just pretty much ends it here, as she says that she's going to hold elections. And I'm sure that Iso is going to wind up being in charge, essentially. Maybe it'll be a horror, I don't know. But either way, I like this. I really do like this, because I know a lot of fans have a problem with the whole Inhuman royal family thing. So Medusa's free now, and she goes and she gives a kiss to Johnny, and she says, basically that, thank you for all that you've done for me, but she's got to go and be with the one who she actually loves, and that's Black Bolt. And it's always been Black Bolt ever since the pages of the early pre-100 issues, the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby issues of Fantastic Four. Guys, it's always been Medusa and Black Bolt. So yeah, I'm happy to see that. I'm also happy to see that it looks like when the X-Men and Inhumans Prime books separately come out, which will be leading into RessurXion, which will lead to, I think, 8 new X-Men books and 4 new Inhuman books. I think that it's cool that it looks like Kitty Pryde will be in charge of not a group or a team of the X-Men, but all of the X-Men. So it looks like Storm is going to be doing a little soul searching also, and that's a really good thing. In my opinion, I think that's a really, really good thing. She needs it. We need it. We all kind of need it. We need to see a new X-Men who are going to try and expel the taint of Emma Frost on them, and Magneto on top of that, because like I said, he was involved. He's the only other one who knew everything until young Scott finally figured out and told on everybody. Also, while this is the end of the main series, there is still one more major book about to come out, and that's the Uncanny Inhumans issue number 20. This is the one, again, the crossovers are important in this particular event. Maximus the Mad has apparently discovered the recipe for Terrigen. Now, it's not going to just be the free reigning mist anymore. It's going to be back to the old crystals. Now, is this true? Is he just full of fluff again? We'll see. But it's apparently going to get resolved, and that's going to be the epilogue to the Inhumans versus X-Men war, the event that just happened. So I can't wait to read that. I will be doing a review for that. Also, I'm mostly holding my opinion, you may notice, for this particular series event and this issue especially. And I'm going to get more into that in my podcast. That'll be podcast number 12. I always have those up on Saturday. Guys, you can check it out on SoundCloud or right here on YouTube. Anyway, guys, for this particular issue, I'm going to give it an A. I like the resolution. It was, yes, of course, a little bit rushed, but a lot of this will be hashed out in the crossovers as it's been. And I think that a lot of it will be further hashed out in X-Men Prime and Inhumans Prime. Anyway, guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, class dismissed.